Hello, my beautiful people. Welcome back to my channel. I am Grace Adoko, and today we're analyzing who a man and a woman is and what they want. The Bible says that God created man, and after creating man, he saw that it was not good for man to be alone, and therefore he created a woman for him. In the sight of God, both men and women are equal, and they deserve the same level of respect. And in reality, creativity knows no bound. Both men and women offers different viewpoints to a workplace, making it more dynamic and creative. It is very important to acknowledge and value each person's unique abilities, regardless of the gender, because men and women bring different things to the table. Societal expectations created gender roles, impacting how we see and express ourselves. So let's discuss the various aspects of being a man and a woman. Knowing and appreciating your God-given agenda can lead to a more meaningful and a fulfilled life. First and first, let's get to meet the three categories of human species: the man, the woman, and the transgender. And biologically, men usually have physical traits that differentiate them from women. This includes the outward reproductive organs such as the penis and the XY chromosome arrangement. Other secondary sexual features that may appear after puberty, such as facial hairs and a deeper voice. It is the chromosome XX for the woman. This includes internal reproductive organs, such as the uterus and the ovaries, which may include breast development and a wider hip. The third category of the human species is the shemale or the man-woman, also known as transgenders. The reasons for transitioning differs from person to person, caused by not being in sync with one's actual self, caused by feeling like you are supposed to be in a different body. The Bible did not address transgenders' identity, because maybe the gender identity as we know it now did not exist in that culture or historical context. Transgender people may have to go through a transitioning process, which could include social, mental, medical processes, and legal processes in order to align their gender identity with their outward appearance. Today, we are focusing only on analyzing who a man and a woman is and what they want, because transgender does not correspond to the sex assigned during birth. Men and women have different reproductive organs. Women can get pregnant and men cannot. However, it has been documented in some occasions when guys or men have had to get pregnant and have children. Keep it in mind that these men were once women who transitioned. In certain situations, some children were born with both male and female organs. I believe these are health issues that doctors can fix, but some parents might choose to leave it to the decision of their children until they are old enough to determine which gender they want to become. And the hormones that the children would respond to the most are the ones he or she would likely choose. I have also heard that the source of this kind of medical condition is the evil behavior of people who have sexual relations with the people they are not permitted to have sex with. For example, if a man has sexual intercourse with his own daughter, sisters, or any body born from the same DNA or bloodline would have issues. However, I am not too sure about this because there are certain scenarios from the Bible in which people married their relatives. For example, Abraham married his half-sister Sarah in Genesis 20 verse 12, whereas Isaac also married his cousin Rebekah in Genesis 21 verse 15 to 67. Such marriages were more accepted by the cultures in those days. Genesis chapter 1 verse 21 reads, "So God created mankind in his own image. In the image of God, he created them both male and female." So what does a man want from a woman, and what does a woman want from a man? The Bible emphasizes the value of love and mutual respect between a man and a woman. Ephesians 5 verse 25 reads, "Husbands, love your wife, just as Christ loved the church and gave himself for her." This Bible verse encourages husbands to love their wives sacrificially, just as Christ was unselfish and loved the church. It is important to note that the interpretation of these verses may be different. Different faiths and different people may have different views on this verse. The lesson is to prioritize love, care, and concern in your relationship and marriage. It emphasizes the idea that the husband must be willing to make sacrifices for the wife, to be happy. And I know some people argue that it is the man that deserves respect. Example, I knew this certain man who was continuously having issues with his wife. He would complain to me about his wife, who was always going back to her mother's house and doing whatever her mother tells her to do. He would tell me that his mother-in-law is the one trying to destroy and ruin his marriage. After listening to what he had to say, I told him it is not his mother-in-law and that he is the one ruining his marriage because of his pride. What man needed to do was pay attention to his wife, love her, and respect her the way Christ has instructed. And then I asked him if he respects his wife. He bluntly said that why should I respect my wife when she's the one who is supposed to respect me because I am a man? And it's this same mentality that makes people have issues in their marriage. Because you cannot say you love your wife and yet you are having sex with her maid without her permission, or her friends, even neighbors or relatives. Bro, if you want to do anything like that, take it far away. Because I know that most men can't help themselves and they can't control themselves from cheating. Come on now, but don't do it close to your woman. You do all these things to her and yet you expect her to be submissive to you. Because love equals respect. If you love your woman as a man, you would respect her. If you love her, you will respect her. And if you respect her, there are certain things that you would not even do, or even make her know that you are even doing. There are certain things that you will hide, you will completely hide or do it far away from her. In the Bible, there are notable instances where a wife gives her maid servants to her husband as a secondary wife or a concubine, mostly with the intention of bearing children on her behalf. This story is very complicated because Jacob ended up marrying two sisters, who both of them willingly giving him their maidens. They gave their maid servants to Jacob as wives to bear children on their behalf. Their story is found in Genesis 30 verse 9 to 13. But we are now in a civilized world. People don't give their maids to their husbands anymore. Maybe this is one of the reasons why most men cheat. But as a man, if you decide to ever cheat on your woman, please take it far away from her. Because a man who loves his wife would respect and do whatever it takes to make her happy. I understand women cheat too, and especially married women. But a woman that submits and listens to you would never cheat on you. So, who is your woman listening to? What are the voices whispering into her ears? Is it your own voice or the voice of the lying serpent? In reality, it is the woman that deserves your respect. I'm not saying respect should be a one-sided thing, but it's a woman that needs more respect. Before we continue, I would like to ask you to please help me support this channel by hitting the subscription button, commenting your thoughts in the comment section, and liking this video. Seeing your engagements keeps me motivated, and it also helps this channel grow. Thank you so very much. For God so loved the world that he gave his only begotten son. It is a man's job to love. I am sure if God was a human being, he would be recognized as a man, because when God created man, he considered his own image first. And even when God had to come in form of human, he came in form of a man. The point I'm trying to make here is that when a man loves, he gives, he would provide, and he would respect and value you as a woman. Understand that it is a man's duty to love. A woman has no business loving a man. Know your place as a woman, and your duty is to be his helper. And how can you help a man? You help a man by submitting to him, by listening to him, and by paying attention to his needs and making his life easier. When you listen to him, you obey him. And when you obey him, you submit to him. Helping a man doesn't mean you have to provide for the man or provide for your house. Helping a man means making his life easier. And the Bible instructed the woman to submit to your husbands, right? Submission equals listening, because it is only a woman that listens to you that can submit to you. If your woman is taking advice from her friends, from her brother, or from her mother, there will be a problem. Like if Eve had not listened to the serpent, there won't be any sin and confusion in the world today. Men think they want respect, but what a man really wants is someone who will listen to him and obey him. If the first thing a woman does when she needs advice is go to her husband and takes his advice, that man is always very happy and very willing and ready to help her and give her the advice that she needs. But the man will only give her advices that will benefit him as a man in her life. And that is why it is very important for a woman to know how to choose her partner, the partner that is right for her. As a woman, who you choose to submit and listen to will determine your destiny and how far you will go in life. Remember that everyone's journey is unique. Understand and appreciate all gender differences. If you love this video, be sure to like and hit that subscribe button. Until next time, stay curious